Can you just start off by giving us some team news ahead of Everton? How is Neil Maupay, Enoch Mwepu and Danny Welbeck? You said he had an outside chance for Everton earlier in the week.
Yeah, all Neil trained this morning, and we need to see how he reacts to that. So we're hopeful that he's going to be involved, but we'll see as we get closer to the game. Danny also trained, so again, just to monitor him over the next 24 hours, make a decision later, but looks like he might be able to obviously not start, but maybe feature on the bench. And Enoch is a lot better than he was yesterday, so again, we'll see tomorrow how he is, with an outside chance of being involved as well.
How much of a boost is it to have Danny Welbeck back? Yeah,
it's great. He's been training with us for the last week or so. Nice to have him around, nice to have him back. Good competition in that area and support for the lads that are there already. So it's really good for us.
You've referred to pre-season being challenging, Graham. So how satisfying is it to have 3 wins out of 3 so far?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things around football, isn't it? Sometimes you can have these perfect pre-seasons and you think everything's going really, really well, and then it doesn't go so well when the season starts, and vice versa. We didn't have a bad pre-season, it was just challenging for a few reasons. But credit to the players. I mean, they've adapted really well to the situation. They've been really together, really focused, really open-minded with what the things we've had to deal with, and they've got the rewards in terms of points. So really pleased for that. And obviously now we have to go again at the weekend, but at least we go again with like you say, 3 wins.
There's 5 days to go before the transfer window closes, Graham. How hopeful are you that you're going to see a fresh face in the building come September the 1st?
I wouldn't say necessarily hopeful. I understand how the window works. I'm really happy where the group is at. I'm really happy with players that are coming back. Danny's coming back, Tariq is coming back, Joel Veltman's coming back, Dan Burn I think as well. So we've got competition and we've got good numbers. We just have to continue to look, because you know, when the window's open, anything can happen. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Not close to anything at the moment.
Nothing to announce, Elliot.
Thanks, Graham. Neil Maupay, we're hearing that Rafa Benitez is quite keen on him, a player that obviously you won't be selling. But so how important is Neil to you this season?
Well, he's been important since he's been here. It tells you by the amount of games he's played for us, amount of time he's been on the pitch. I think he's a player that's developing all the time, like we all are. Not perfect, but has a lot of really, really good attributes and qualities that the team appreciates. Pleased for him that he scored 2 goals in his first 2 games, but there's also a lot of work that goes on outside of that, which is important for us as a team. So we're pleased with the start he's had, and hopefully he can continue.
This week the Premier League have unanimously agreed not to release any players for forthcoming World Cup qualifiers to countries on the red list. That's an area where you have to come back in quarantine for 10 days. What's your view on this, Graham? What's your take on the situation?
Well, I think I said in the week, I'm not surprised to a certain extent because of the time that you'd have to lose. And once it's a unanimous decision taken by the Premier League, then it's out of my hands. It's as a head coach, you just get on with it and work with the players that you have. But like I said, I'm not surprised that they've taken the decision.
And just finally from me, Everton have made a good start to the season, and what do you make of them under a new coach, Rafa Benitez, and how much do you admire Rafa's work?
Well, I think it'd be a bit unfair of me to make an assessment of Rafa's influence on them after 2 games, because clearly you need time to put all your ideas and everything, into the team. But you can see what they've done so far, which has been really, really organised. They've got some real quality in their attacking positions. Tactically very, very strong, as you'd expect from a Rafa Benitez team. Someone that I've admired for a long time. Huge experience, huge quality in the game, fantastic career. someone that is a youngish coach. I look up to. He's had a fantastic career, and I think it's a great appointment for Everton.
Last season, a criticism mainly of Brighton's was that you didn't score enough goals. This season, you haven't had that problem at all. Obviously, I know we've only had 3 games, but what do you put that down to?
The beauty of football. Sometimes, sometimes it is that the performances were good last year for lots of periods, but the hardest thing about the game is scoring. That's what it is. That's what makes the game so good. And you need a little bit of luck. You need a bit of to go through a process together as a team to keep improving, to learn from the things that you could do a little bit better. And I think that's where we've been. There's no magic formula that has changed anything. We've just tried to carry on improving, and the margins this time have maybe gone for us, whereas last year they didn't.
So there's nothing you've been doing differently in training with your strikers, with your attacking players?
Yeah, I'd love to be able to give myself and the coaching staff and the players the credit for this magical change, but like you said, it's a small sample we're talking about. It's two Premier League games, I think, like normal, the longer you're with each other, the longer you stay together, the longer you're in the coaching process, the more you improve, the more you get to understand each other better. That's probably happened. So I would say it's time and consistency of doing the same things and trying to improve that has given yourself a chance that the margins turn your favour.
And obviously with that, if you can continue it and be consistent in goal scoring, how far do you think your Brighton squad can go?
I've not thought about it, to be honest, Olivia. I'm looking at the next game against Everton, which is a tough game for us. We're not getting carried away. We've had 2 games. That's what we've had in the Premier League. So back-to-back wins is great for us. The challenge is, can we add another good result on Saturday? And we'll have to do all the things you just mentioned, which is consistency, an understanding of what we're trying to do, a little bit of luck, because in football you need that. It'd be great for us to say, oh yeah, we're so good, but we're not. We get lucky as well. And then, but importantly, we have to keep working, trying to keep improving.
And just finally, I know you said you don't want to focus on, you haven't got time to focus on the noise surrounding Suma's future. Obviously, there's not long to go now. So are you getting more increasingly confident that he's going to be a Brighton player this season?
No, I wouldn't say confident. I've been answering questions about Eves for a long time now, you know. So it's just part of my daily routine. And a press conference, I answer a question about Eves, or when Tariq was fit, it was Tariq. It's just part of football. But as I keep saying, he's enjoying his football. I can't control what others do or others think. I know he's with us. He's doing his best. You can see from his performances. He's trying hard for the team. He's committed to us. He's committed to Brighton. So we're delighted with that. And there's nothing else to say, really.
Graham, I might as well ask you. You mentioned Tariq there. How is he?
He's good. He's good. He's making some good progress. Getting stronger day by day and closer to the full training. I think we're probably looking at the international break to really step up a couple of things. But yeah, it's really good to see him where he's at the moment, because he's had a long, frustrating road.
Since we spoke on Tuesday, your side has been drawn against Swansea City in the League Cup, your former club. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, great to see a lot of good people. It's a home tie for us. That was important. I said after the game, the home tie is what you want really at that stage. We've got, I think, 3 Premier League games in between then, so I haven't given it too much thought. But other than looking forward to seeing a lot of really good people, because it's a fantastic club, Swansea City. I had a really enjoyable year there, and it'd be nice to see some friendly faces.
In terms of some of those players that maybe were involved, might have been potentially going out on loan, that progression beyond the end of the transfer window, what sort of bearing does that have on the younger players, or any of those players around the squad that might have been going out on loan?
What you mean in terms of progressing in the cup? You mean, Johnny?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think we have to take a slightly longer view than that. of course, we have to make sure we're competitive and got enough players to deal with the competitions that we have. But at the same time, if there's a loan opportunity that is really, really good for an individual that we think can get a really significant benefit in the longer term, then we have to look at that. We're balancing everything at the moment. I think that's something that Dan and the recruitment guys will consider. But you know, we've got a bit of time, and while the window's open, you still have to make sure that you've got enough around just in case things happen in terms of outs. But as it is, we're confident with what we've got and comfortable with what we have, but always looking to make some decisions that are good for the players in terms of their continued development, but also making sure that we're competitive for the games we have.
And I know it's early days in terms of opposition and Rafa going in there, but the squad looks relatively similar at Everton. What do you think you can expect at the weekend?
As always, a really tough game with a really, really well organised team with some high quality players. That's what they have. They've invested over the years a lot in their playing group. And now they've got another manager that is really, really experienced, that understands the game, that's tactically very strong, that can organise the team in a fantastic way. So that combination means you're in for a tough match. But yeah, that's the Premier League for you. They're all difficult, so we're looking forward to it.